Hello fam, I hope you're doing fine wherever you are today. So we are going to react on this video, and this video motivated us as Africans while looking young Jamaicans trying to challenge the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And this sent some shockwaves here in Africa, and we felt like we were so motivated to see how youngsters are coming out and calling out the bad things which the government is doing. You know, this is something really important. And guess what? Today I have my guest here. It's called Evans Raiola. I'm gonna give him time to introduce himself.
What's up, fam? My name is Evans Raiola. That's my YouTube channel name. I do similar content to what Eugene does. We do black stories in Africa and in diaspora. So let's dive into today's video.
Let's dive into the video. You know, this young Jamaican man did a good thing, you know, and he shared light for we Africans.
Sure.
Because we at no point we could never stand face to face with a prime minister trying to telling him the truth. This is what this young guy was trying to do. I don't want to prelude everything. Let's react to this video. You're gonna see for yourself. Okay. So let's get it.
So my issue that I would like to raise at this time is with respect to NIDS. All right. No, I am not, and we are not against a national ID. We see the benefit of it. There are great pros. It will fill gaps in the country, but we believe that in its current form, it poses significant issues for many Jamaicans, especially with the fact that there has not been, in my opinion, and many other Jamaicans, 60,000, I checked the petition this morning, 60,000 Jamaicans here and abroad who feel that there needs to be more consultation, ventilation of the issues, speaking about pros and cons. All right, both of them are important to our consultative process. So we're being told that we must enroll in NIDS, or in the next 3 years we'll be possibly fined a max of $100,000 and barred from government services and possibly private services as well. The only exception being where there's a threat to health or life or a state of national emergency. Now, I'm deeply concerned about this bill because of the...
So, you know, there's a bill which is being passed in Jamaica where they're introducing new identity system. They call it the NIDS, the National Identity System. And this young gentleman here is trying to tell Prime Minister, he's trying to challenge him that he needs to consult Jamaicans, the citizens, before coming up with this idea, you know. Do you remember what happened in Kenya some times ago, where our president wanted to introduce the new identity system? The digital one where we use our fingerprints and the chips which are being put here, because they never consulted us, you know. And the same scenario is even happening in Jamaica, and this guy is trying to challenge this prime minister, telling him that he needs to consult people. And there's so much a lot going on here, brother.
You know, what really made me happy about this video is that first, here in Africa, we rarely get opportunities as the youth to speak directly to our leaders. So I just want to congratulate Jamaicans for having such a platform, number one. And as the guy has said, as he's mentioned, you know, you don't come up with a bill that you feel you want to push without consulting the people who are affected directly with these bills, you know. First of all, the first question I'd ask as a person is, why would you guys want to change identity, you know? What are the advantages of you guys pushing for this new bill, you know? Because we're okay. I can easily be identified as a Jamaican if I was one. True if that. I had my national identity card, you know, I do not need anything different. But for the fact that the guy is speaking directly to the Prime Minister, that's just crazy. Doesn't happen here in Africa.
No, the plight of young people. And I think this move is good for us Africans.
Yeah, as Africans.
We need to learn from this. This is a blockbuster video that it's a motivator to us. We need to call things, we need to call the atrocities that our leaders are doing to us, and we need to tell them right on their face, you know? So let's continue watching the video.
Sure.
Impact on the country.
So Charles, you have given us 2 points in the bill that you'd like responded to.
Well, I can't go into all of them, but just to say, right now I qualify for NHT.
Yes.
In 3 years, I will somehow lose my qualification because, I mean, somebody can respond to the NHT point, of course.
You're sure about that?
Well, that is my understanding because it won't be a threat to my life or health.
This is where you're going to come to get all the answers. All right. So allow them to respond now. Thanks, Charles. Really appreciate it.
We have over 60,000 Jamaicans.
So Charles, so you have to allow them to respond. Yep.
Why is this woman keep on distracting him and he's trying to say a point?
There's always one funny thing when it comes to courageous people.
Yeah.
You see, the little guy is trying so hard to push his narrative, his points, but the lady keeps on disrupting her because they know that there is something that this guy has. He's saying the truth, and these people do not like when the truth is said.
They don't appreciate the truth. Why? They could let this young man say the truth, because I believe this is the only chance that he has to say this. Because there is no point he will meet the Prime Minister himself to tell him this. So you gotta give him his time to talk about this thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm Thomas, sorry.
I'm so sorry, Thomas. My apologies. I called you the wrong name.
2 lines here.
The last 2 lines.
Very quick.
2 points or lines?
2 lines. So my closing thought would be to withdraw the bill, allow for proper ventilation of issues over a 3-month period, even town hall meetings and joint select committee where we can properly speak about the many issues that are in the bill. We're not against the bill, but we are for the country of Jamaica moving forward.
Thanks,
well,
Thomas.
I tell you what,
excellent.
Thomas,
yes.
I'm very happy that we find common ground, being that we are both for the country moving forward. But I just wanted to know, can you now get your NHT benefit without providing identification? I just wanted to know. And the answer is no. No, you can't. Secondly, and let's be clear.
Hang on, Thomas, you don't get a second chance. So sorry, you already asked.
You've asked your question.
No, you already asked.
Oh, it was rhetorical. Okay, fine.
Why would they let him speak? What is he doing right now? I mean,
they don't want the guy to speak. That's crazy, man.
They should let him. Why should he cover the microphone? I mean, it's a debate. We need to see exchanges. Okay, I know there is turn taking, but at this point, he needs to lay out his point, how he feels about this issue. And if they're only giving him 2 points to talk about, they should also give the Prime Minister 2 points to talk about. And
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because this is a debate. I mean, it's not like we are visioning something that the youth is trying to address the Prime Minister. This is an open debate.
Sure.
And everyone should speak about what they feel about this issue, you know?
Yeah.
Like many other things, it's rhetorical. Fine. Secondly, Thomas, do you know, how old are you, Thomas?
I am 26.
Do you know that this bill, this idea of creating a national registry started from as early as 1970? And we have been discussing this national ID, morphed from having a birth certificate that's unique, starting with ID for voting, which by now most Jamaicans who don't intend to vote but who want some identification decides that, well, we will take the voter ID but we won't vote. I'll give my fingerprint for the voter ID, but I don't vote. There are 1.8 million Jamaicans who want an ID, and they give their fingerprint willingly, including some of the 60,000 who signed the petition. Answering personal questions, providing personal information, and freely giving of their biometric. The government has that now. What's new? You talk about consultation and speaking about this bill. In 2002, this bill was brought to the Parliament of Jamaica by the then Minister of Health, John Jr. It was tabled in Parliament and a joint select committee was named. It sat and languished and nothing happened.
Nothing happened because people were afraid to talk about it. People are not ready to talk about it. And if he said that people who also signed the petition so that the bill should not be passed also gave their fingerprints away, I mean, you always know the government, they have power. They can convince you to do anything.
Yeah, sure.
They can even go to an extent of paying you to do that.
Yeah.
You know, so the Prime Minister cannot come out and just say that, you know, even the people who signed for the petition, they gave up their fingerprints for the voters' ID. No, these people have power. And they know very well that they can interfere with people. They can bribe people. They have the power even to force people to give consent to this. You know,
actually, for me, the funny thing that I've noticed from the Prime Minister's conversation, the guy is struggling to explain why people do need the identity that he's pushing.
Exactly.
The guy is struggling to articulate himself, because I tend to believe that the other young man who mentioned he's 26 years old gave his points really, really well. And right now, he does not know even how to articulate what they want for the people of Jamaica. And it's so weird coming from a Prime Minister, man. That's so weird.
And it keeps on playing. We have the Minister of Health, John Jr. Bro, we are dealing with the problems which are happening with Nigerians, right? Not Nigerians, but Jamaicans right now. You know, and the sentiments that this youngster is sharing here is the sentiments I believe that we should also have, we as Africans back at home in Kenya, you know, because
this actually disease, a rot that is not only in Jamaica, even in our African countries. The other day in Kenya, our president introduced new IDs. We have the normal IDs, then he said that he needs people to have a new identity card. This new identity card has an expiry date. So you wonder, will I not be a Kenyan?
Crazy. You know? And imagine...
And you have to pay for you to get your national identity card.
Yeah,
like you have to pay around 1,500 Kenya shillings.
Crazy.
For you to have an identity card.
That's just crazy,
And these are systems put there by our government officials. And having seen Jamaica do this, having seen that young man stand for Jamaicans, just made me so happy. I really wish that we Africans can also get such platforms for us to air out our issues. This is actually a challenge to Africa.
We have a challenge, man. We have a challenge. You know, it's begin between you and I.
Sure.
Yeah, we have a challenge of the plight of the youth. I mean, should we tell the truth, or should we just be waking up, going and playing basketball, just laughing with our girlfriends and don't even looking what's happening in our society, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And what this Jamaican youngster did really motivates us here back in Africa. And trust me, if Africans see this video, it's gonna motivate them to also work hard and tell the truth and stand for the truth, because the future belongs to the youth.
Sure.
Yeah.
In 2009, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding saw that the bill was there, nothing is happening with it, started a resurrection of it. In 2012, former Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller took the bill and her very statements, this is a very important thing and we are going to push it, and started the negotiation for a loan to do this with the IDB. It was good for them to start the conversation about a $64 billion loan, but now it is not good. You know what I reject? Do you know what I reject? I reject the view that somehow you have a higher moral authority on this matter than I do.
Moral authority than I do? High moral authority than you do? Bro, this kid, this youngster is just telling you the truth in your face. And if that bothers you, it means a lot. Because he's telling the truth and everyone can relate with this, because explain to people why you want them to enroll them in a new identity system. Give them the benefits of that. We want to see facts, bro.
The funny thing, what the guy is doing that is weird, he's giving the history on how the bill has been failing over years.
Yes.
That's why it's not passed into law in Jamaica. This whole thing is just not correct, because for a bill to be tabled in Parliament for all those years and it's been failing, just shows that this cannot work for Jamaicans, and it's high time that they leave them. I even wonder why people are clapping there.
Clowns, those people.
Are they paid or something?
I don't know. Why
are they clapping?
Yeah.
There is no any sense that came from the Prime Minister. What I expected to hear from him is the advantages. Give us the pros for you enrolling people into the new identity system.
Yep.
That's what we want to hear.
Yep.
Convince them as to why they need to enroll into that new system. All these other things that he's saying about the history of the bill, for now, is just useless.
Those are just noise.
Yeah.
I am not here to create, and I make that point very seriously, because I am not here to create a system that is going to deprive Jamaicans of their freedom. And you know what else?
But the bill
I am not hiding from consultation. I am here facing the questions. Unlike most, I am facing the questions and answering them. And I will go to every church in Jamaica, I will go to every room, every house, and I will answer them. Because I am not trying to take away anybody's right. And I find that this discussion is disingenuous, unfair, and untruthful. And I will tell you, Jamaica, I am not going to hide from this. If you say that you are for Jamaica and that you agree that we should have a national civil registry, then let us talk as we are doing, but let us talk on the facts of the situation, not on the untruth and what we make up. Let us discuss the facts.
Well, I have a comment actually. The gentleman that asked the question on NIDS, Mr. Prime Minister, I was taken aback by the way you responded to the question. I felt that you came across too strong, and when I was listening to you, while I was listening to you, I was saying, should I go and ask this gentleman a question?
Yo,
this guy just felt like we have been
exactly. Why is going so hard on this kid? And this kid,
believe you me, the Prime Minister did not answer the question he was asked.
He was just playing around.
He was just playing around.
Giving statistics that were a long way ago, you know?
Wow. I'd really want to hear what the Prime Minister will say after this young man speaks.
That's crazy.
Because this guy is a wise guy. Let's listen.
He's so wise.
Yeah.
On point.
On point.
Will he answer me in the same tone that he answered the young man? And what I want to say and what I want to see in Jamaica or overall with politics is that our politicians behave sometimes, even in Parliament, when you see them jumping over, arguing with each other. Our young people people are looking at this and they're saying this is something that is right because the politicians, the leaders of our country, this is something that they do. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I would like for you to, first of all, apologize on the way you responded to the question. And secondly, allow me to finish, please. Allow me to finish, please.
So my darling, hang on 1 second. Sir, hold on, everybody.
What's wrong with this woman, man? Let him talk.
They're doing this time and again. When somebody has a point, what they do is distract them. They tell them that their time is over, or they just bring in an excuse.
Come on, man.
Why do they keep interrupting him as he's speaking? And he's saying the truth. You know, this young man is so bold. This is what we want to see all over the world. Young people taking up even leadership positions. It's high time that they always say that we are the leaders of tomorrow.
Yep.
I think tomorrow has already reached, bro.
Wow. This is the
it's
future.
time that we take over as the youth.
Yeah.
Let us address issues affecting us, like these young men are doing right here. And there's one funny thing with the crowd. They are clapping as the Prime Minister is talking. Well, these young men,
I don't know what's wrong with them.
They are clapping. So I do not understand which side they are sitting on, honestly.
Hey, everybody, 1 second. You know, the great thing about youth, hold on, the great thing about youth is that we see no boundaries at all, none at all. I think that you possibly could think hard on your comment and suggestion, really, in terms of the implications. I understand your feeling, but allow the Prime Minister to respond, though, since you have no quiet question. Allow the Prime Minister to respond.
Just one thing I need to add.
No, you've gone back. Andrew,
Boundaries, bro. You know what? This is just something where people are discussing. There is nothing like boundary. The guy, he was given time to speak and decide what is in his mind. So when a person says what is in his mind because he's young, they're saying that it is boundary. The Prime Minister himself came to this knowing that this is a debate and there is nothing like boundary.
The same Prime Minister said that he's ready to go to churches all over Jamaica. He's ready to answer to questions, and this is what is happening. If a kid is questioning him, and it's just so weird. Where are they telling the kid that he should be having boundaries, that there is a Prime Minister, and the same Prime Minister did not answer the question that he was asked. You know, I just feel this video has just made me think differently as a youth in Africa. I feel empowered.
This is our plight. This is our time. And I just hope that this video reaches youngster here in Africa, especially in my country, Kenya, because we are going through a lot of things. So guys, this is Evans Raiola. If you haven't checked his channel, kindly go and check his channel, my guys. Jamaican fans who are watching this video, you might have known or you might have seen his face. He's a big giant back in Jamaica. So guys, maybe you can tell them something.
Guys, I just hope this video inspires you all. The goal for this video actually is to push the youth to stand and stand for the truth and just articulate issues affecting us in those big platforms. This is also a call for African countries to come up with platforms where the youth can easily interact with their leaders. For now, guys, thank you so much. As Eugene has mentioned, go check out my channel, Evans Raiola.
Subscribe to his channel, support him. You know how we do it. Until then, peace, love.
Peace. See you guys.
Salute.